Good morning. So today we're going to do something different. We're going to do makeup and then I'm going to pick a card. But I figured why not merge the two? That will be fun. And then from that video, we're going to hop into my skincare video that I did last night. For me, personally, I can't use a bunch of stuff on my skin. And you'll find out why if you stick around. But anyway, let's get into this video, shall we? Okay, let's pull a card before I get into the makeup. What's going on for this week? What do we need to know for this week? My cards that I designed are very large, and it takes me a little bit to shuffle. Okay, see what happened here when I was shuffling? That's the card I'm going to choose. Same card as last week, except for this is in the past. This is in the past. And that makes sense, right? Because it was in the present. Knowledge is power. It can be used to build up or tear down. So again, we have the knowledge card here. We've got a mingling of communication, which is the cobalt blue, with white, which is angelic intervention. And then the second color that we have is orange, which is the sacral chakra, which has to do with intimacy. So some of you are dealing with not knowing how to communicate intimately. Now, I don't know if it's because when you do that, somebody bites your head off or is snarky with you, or as a child you were shut off or yelled at or whatever. I don't know, but this is a time, or it has been happening now. You're stepping into the knowledge of your inner child, You're stepping into that knowledge. This orange also has to do with, and can have to do with, addictions. So if you're struggling with an addiction, it could be somebody that you know. Maybe that's the communication issue, right? You're living with somebody that has an addiction, and every time you go to talk to them, you get into an argument, okay? So knowledge is power. Knowing about what you're dealing with, learning as much as you can about yourself, about the other person perhaps, stepping into your own power, and letting go of fear. Fear of the unknown, everybody has that. But until you let go of the fear, you're not going to speak your mind. And you're not going to share what you need to share. You will keep it in here, internalized, and it will make you sick. But there is a way to do it, especially if you're living with somebody that has an addiction. And if this is you, then you're being called to get in touch with your inner child. And this card did come up last week, but it was the present moment. Now this is the past moving into the present. Okay, let's pull another card. And as you can see, this one's sticking up. So this is the one I'm going to pull. Okay. This makes sense. Okay, this is darkest before the dawn. There's a glare here. Let me turn the card. Darkest before the dawn. The darkest before the dawn card. Let me read this to you. In the dark of the night, you called my name. By the light of the day, you whispered the same. Have you ever been in a challenge, in a struggle, in a time of your life where night and day, it all seems the same? It's gray. It's a gray time. Could be a black time. Very, very dark, like night. So I chose to hear you both night and day, making your way not past me, above me or below me, but beside me and eventually within me. So what this means is, as we continue to move through the challenge, not really knowing, not really being able to see when is this going to end, but we keep walking with one foot in front of the other, and we keep moving forward, and we're praying, we're holding our hands up when nobody's around, or we're getting on our knees, or we're bowing our head, or we're meditating. And we're heard by a power beyond us. And that power comes down. Doesn't hang over our head and make us feel bad. Right? Isn't below us, but it's beside us, walking with us, holding us up when we can't hold ourselves up. You know who that power is for you. I know who it is for me. And then, in your vulnerability, that power and you become one. And then you awaken. And here we have the prayer card. Prayer is spiritual counseling. Now, these are messages that I received during my dark night of the soul. Prayer is spiritual counseling between you and God. It is the safest language. The universe has enough room to hear your prayers. I'm sorry, but God just doesn't have time. I'm like, well, what do you mean? God doesn't have time for just you or just me. And I didn't know how to respond because I had never heard that before. I don't know about your God, but my God is omnipotent. Whatever force is up there that created this planet and knew ahead of time that everything was going to evolve, and the solar system, and the universes within universes, can't take time in that omnipotence, in that multi-dimensional form, over there as well as over here, across the world, way out, back in, for you? That's depressing. You are important. You are important to this cosmic force. The universe has enough room to hear your prayers. No prayer is too hard or too heavy. In time, your prayers will be answered according to your divine blueprint. You came here in a mission, and everybody's blueprint is different. Some blueprints involve other people, hence your family. Good, bad, or indifferent. All you have to do is be ready to receive. So let's get into the makeup. Eye cream on. And now I'm going to use the Neutrogena Glow Primer Plus Serum. I'm not a biggie on serums, but this is a primer and it has hyaluronic acid in it. And I picked it up. I've used it a handful of times. And honestly, I really like it. First of all, I like hyaluronic acid. Doesn't bother my skin. It's just a plumping agent. That basically is what it is. Okay, we don't want that in my eyes. I use a liberal amount. And this, I like, I tend to have that problem when I use this. I should put it in the palm of my hand, but I'm always pressed for time when I do my videos because I don't do this full time, but I want to because I love it. I love it. I love the creativity. So, you guys, please subscribe to my channel. And if you know any friends that are looking for my kind of channel, mature woman, even the young critters, I call them, young critters, I welcome them to my channel too. Okay, I'm going to use the medium brown eyebrow pencil from Revolution. I tried this once. It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't brag about it, but I'm going to use it because I'm looking for something really quick at the moment. Listen, it's all in what we want, right? It's all in what we want. Now, I got up this morning and I was looking at my eyebrows and I'm like, seriously? A hair down here, a hair right here, a hair right here. This is where I want the hair. Like I can see a hair. My husband and I, we were just talking about this the other day. And I said to him, I came out of the bathroom and I said, seriously? Yesterday I plucked a few straggling eyebrow hairs like that aren't supposed to be there. And I get up this morning and there's more. I'm like, what do they do? Grow like weeds in the middle of the night? And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, I get it. He's like, I got hairs growing where I don't want them. I'm going to use my oldie but goodie Avon brush. Remember these? Yeah, you can use a spoolie, but I'm going to use the old Avon brush. I kept it. This is about 40 years old. And that's what I'm going to use on my eyebrows today. So if you have one of these, ladies, don't throw it away. You can still use it. Okay, this is the natural color of my hair when I was younger. So I'm gray here. Let's look underneath. Yeah, you can see. All right. So I've got the two-tone going on, but I didn't go to a hairdresser for this. This is just the way it worked out. So now I'm going to use the Incognito and make sure I get my favorite brush here. All right, so my eye cream is dried down. There is a little bit of tackiness, which I like about this, because my foundation will grip, and I need that with this. I didn't like this. I only tried it once. I'm going to try it again. Okay, so let's put on a little bit of concealer. As you can see where my focus is. And now we're going to just blend that in. I'm going to let it marinate a little bit. I like it to dry down a little bit before I spread it. If you're from my era, you'll know who that is. Make a guess in the comments. Who used to do this? Okay. That looks pretty good, okay? But guess what? I'm going to put some more right there, because those are my trouble spots, as well as that, So let's go back again and just do that spot. See, I have to. In order to cover up, I mean, you can still see it, but that's because there's like a valley there and there's shadows. Not bad. I'm going to keep working on this until I get perfection. Does that look better? Now what's going to happen is I'm going to take my 20-time mirror and I'm going to look at this. Wow, that looks pretty darn good. I'm going to use the e.l.f. pumpkin spice quad that I got with my order last week. And I'm going to go in with my very large fluffy brush. I can do that because there's a long distance between my eyelashes and my eyebrows. I can do this, but if you have smaller lids or maybe hooded lids, you may not want to use such a big brush. But I like earthy with turquoise and black. So I think I'm going to use this color right here in my crease. I'm going to tap that off. And as I've showed you before in other videos, the one where I show the 60s and 70s look, I will link it in a card for you. All you need is one swipe when you use a bigger brush. Okay, I'm going to do the other side. And I'm not going to go on a blending spree. I don't think that it's really that necessary. All right. Now I might want to go a little bit with some of this color over my lid because this is the transition color. I call it the base color. Got to, technical terms. I'm not a makeup artist. I just love makeup. Going to keep repeating myself in case you're new. And now, I think what I'm going to use for a color is I'm going to go with this dark color on the outside and bring it in. Right here. And just kind of bring it to the middle. And then I'm going to do the same thing. See the size of my brushes? They're different. I don't want to be in front of a mirror for an hour. You know, I just don't. But I do enjoy the process. I'm going to take this smudger brush and I'm going to use this copper color from the center to here. So I'm going to, it's very similar to the other colors, but it has a shimmer. So I'm just going to pack that halfway over. You know, I love e.l.f. Really. Should I say it? Sometimes I wonder if influencers show what they use for makeup, skincare, and all of that, and then off camera, they've got their favorite e.l.f. quads they use all the time. I mean, don't you wonder about that? It's like, you know, we're told that we shouldn't go to bed with makeup on because it's bad for our skin. And out comes this makeup artist and celebrity years ago, was a celebrity, number one, and then a makeup artist said the same thing. They do their skincare and everything, and then, you know, they put on mascara, or they just wash their skin and they keep their eye makeup on and they go to bed. You know, I wonder how many people really do that, and they just don't, they don't say it, because if they said it, then, you know, that would mean that they're going against what they're telling you. And that's the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. Just be honest, for goodness sakes. Now, you don't need to use, if you don't want to put shiny underneath your eyebrow, get the incognito back. Love the name incognito. And you want to, you know, to brighten up under your eyebrow, but you don't want to put that shiny highlighter look. You can just use your concealer. Okay, I'm running out of storage. So what I'm going to do, now that I've done my eyes, is I'm going to put my foundation on. I'm going to come back, and my mascara. I'm going to come back with, and I'm going to put my lipstick on, and I'm going to put my blush on. And we're going to call it a day, because this is a really, really long video. Okay, so I will be back. Okay, we're going to finish this up real quick. I used my Mac Stack mascara with the micro brush. This is my favorite mascara. I use the Kiko Milano Sweet Affairs in 01, I believe. Great lipstick. I love it. That's what I have on. I've showed this before. And we're going to whip on this Milani Luminoso 05 blush and call it a day. I'm going to have to get off real quickly, but I just want to let you guys know, thank you for supporting my channel. I love you all. Be well, be blessed, be beautiful, because you are, because there's nobody else on the planet like you. And that's how I end all of my videos, because I really believe it. I really believe it. We need each other. So let's do some setting spray. Bring my bangs back down. Didn't get my little beauty mark up there, but who cares? Nobody can see it, see? Unless I put my bangs back, nobody can see it. You guys, this is beautiful foundation. But you got to use a primer with it. And the Neutrogena Hydra Boost, really great primer. For mature skin, it's really great primer. I can't use all kinds of primers, but that one I can use. I have another one that I use also from Revolution that I like, and I do have a sample coming from e.l.f. I do samples because I'm not going to pay full price for something that I don't want to use. All right, take care, you guys. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. This is going to be short and sweet. I wanted to come on because I see a lot of videos on skincare. And I don't feel like I'm in any position to tell anybody what to do with skincare. I can tell you what I do, and it's very minimal. I do not use tretinoin. I do not use Retin-A. I keep things as natural as possible because my skin is extremely sensitive. About 12 years ago, I tried a skincare. And third day in with the cleanser, the toner, and the moisturizer, I noticed that my skin felt really strange. So I looked in the mirror and I had little itty bitty tiny bubbles all over my face. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just rubbing too hard. So I washed my face. I did everything I was supposed to do. The next day, it was worse. My face was on fire and my skin was red. And I called the person that I bought the skincare from, and she said, stop it immediately. Well, those tiny little bumps were blisters that turned into little tiny scabs all over my face. And that took about 11 days to start sloughing off. It was a nightmare. I couldn't put anything except for water on my skin. And I had some vitamin E cream. Tried that, didn't work. The only thing that I could put on my skin was aloe. Finally, after about 2 weeks, you could just see my skin sloughing off. Now, I had an allergic reaction to the skincare, and I vowed that I would never do it again. Fast forward, I tried some more skincare, and this person I trusted, and I do really, really well with this skincare. So I use this to cleanse my skin. Same company. I use this to tone. And when I cleanse my skin, I use one of these latex scrubs. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. People make fun of these, but it really works for me. It's a gentle, soft exfoliator. It does not strip the top layer of my skin off. It just gently removes every day the dead skin cells. And then what I do is I take my eye makeup off. I have an eye makeup remover, but it happened to be downstairs, and I use the Elemis cleansing balm. Now, I'm almost gone. I might replace this I have another cleansing balm coming as a sample. I'm going to try that, but I use that to remove my eye makeup with warm water, and it just melts my eye makeup away. And then I put on an eye cream, and I go under my eye and in the crease of my eye and up. But right now I'm using this sample of a Charlotte Tilbury, and I love it. It doesn't make my eyes burn. I just absolutely love it. And then what I do is I put my my cream on my skin, and tonight what I did was I locked in my cream with my German Nivea in the tin. And I put on lip balm, and this is how, let's see, I'll probably go to bed in about an hour and a half. So at that point, I go all the way down my neck, and this will be sunk into my skin. And that is my skincare. That's it. Like I said, I'm just not in a position to tell anybody what to use on their skin. We can make our skin hydrated. We can take off the dead skin cells. And quite frankly, I don't want a flaky mess on my skin. I don't want any agitation. I don't want any of that stuff. So this is as natural as I can get. So don't judge me, okay? Dark circles, they run in my family. I don't think there's anything that's going to get rid of that. Now, tomorrow morning, when I get up, what I'll probably do is take warm water, splash my face, dry it, and put my moisturizer on. I do not need to go through a whole entire routine, okay, because I've already done it before I went to bed. It's the overstimulating that is not good for the skin. That's my personal opinion. Sometimes I feel like we need to go back to the basics a little bit. Have a good night.